Sponsored by the Mike Morris Law Firm. 855 Mike wins. Jason Carr Live starts now.
Hey, what's going on a Thursday? Welcome. How are all of you? Today's Bowl of Bacon at Jason Carr TV on Facebook, on my Facebook page. If you found $100 just laying there in the street, what would you do with it? Let's get right into it. Rolling tire crashes into pharmacy. A rogue runaway tire right here. Alternate angle, through the door, hits the desk right there, and bounces between the two dudes. Right there. Right there! Look at it. I don't know what that is rolling around.
You know, the first thing I thought was like, oh, this is a pharmacy? What kind of pharmacy is this? I've never seen one that looks like that. But the big thing in Turkey is you're just sitting around having tea at your business. You always have your friends come over and chat. So this is actually
Can we see it again?
Thing. Yeah, let's take it full screen.
Okay, here comes the tire. Ricochets off the bike, through the door. And as I was telling Phil, these terms of this contract, holy jeez, what the? I'm pretty sure that's not how he sounded.
Oh, it could have been.
But if you look closely, the tire, one more time, John, if you watch closely, the tire right here. Have you seen the movie Rubber, by the way, about the killer tires?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, it hits right here and just kind of bounces between the guys. And I was saying to Phil here that, oh my gosh! Ends up in that dude's lap. I don't know. Do you see where that came from? I don't know.
Bell Tire's having a sale.
Bell Tire. Mick Strickland says, it's Rubber from the movie. There actually is a movie called Rubber about a killer tire. I could not make this up if I tried. One more time. Off the bike, through the doorway. 3.9% is far too high. Ah!
I'm curious, what happened to the vehicle?
Right. What happened to the vehicle? Okay. Good day to get your day rolling, or good way to get your day rolling, says Sherry. Tiffany Jennings, the narrator is funny. Is that me?
I think that's you.
I think it might be me. The Sunflower Farm Creamery in Cumberland, Maine posted a video of a super cute pajama party featuring 10 baby Nigerian dwarf goats. Hey, that looks like Charlie Tickles. Actually, that's a giraffe print. April.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, I guess they have more baby goats on the way, and they've already ordered more pajamas. So pretty soon we're going to have more. This only has 10 goats in it. We're looking soon to have even more than that.
Goats in pajamas. I don't think there could possibly be anything more adorable than the goats in pajamas. Where are they going? They're like the Jets and the Sharks running off to... Here I thought it was the lady sings the blues. Apparently it's the beagle who sings the blues. Buddy doesn't just play piano, he sings as well. Where did you find this?
Oh, you know, around. What's interesting,
Around.
he sounds a lot like Tom Waits, right?
Oh, boy. Annie Sadecki says, oh my gosh, that beagle is adorable.
good boy. Good
Turtle
performance, Mr.
rescue.
Buzz.
The government of Peru says at least 29 endangered Galapagos tortoises were rescued as they were about to be taken to Europe to be sold. Peru's National Forest and Wildlife Service announced the seizure of the tortoises in a news release on Wednesday. The black-footed tortoises were found wrapped in tape inside a box on board a bus. 2 of the reptiles died before the rescue. The rest were taken to a zoo where they received medical attention. So there's a black market in wild animals that must be stopped.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you do with Galapagos tortoises or why you would buy them on the black market, but pretty neat.
We have our first comment.
Uh-oh. Which one is it?
It's the Mort Krim Bill Bonds comment.
What does Mort Krim... Let's get me on the camera for this one. All right.
Yeah, here comes John with one of his rants. Where are you?
Okay, so we've got... What's the commentator's name? Devin Watt. What does Mort Krim think about the kind of news...
You didn't do the air quotes.
News... Channel 4 reports now. Better yet, try asking Bill Bonds to cover this in day. Well, Devin, thank you for joining us this morning. This isn't news, however. This is my disclaimer. The news can be found on Local 4 at noon, and you can read all about it on clickondetroit.com.
Detroit's #1 destination for news and information on the web, clickondetroit.com. You can watch us between 4:30 and 7 a.m. on the TV, which is nothing but breaking news, developing news, follow-ups on court stories from yesterday, news at noon, news at 4, news at 5, news at 6, news at 11 o'clock at night. There's plenty of news on what used to be called the TV. This right here is a mid-morning infotainment spectacular we like to call the 9:15ish. So yes, there are a lot of YouTube videos and viral memes from the web and funny voices and yucking it up and ha-ha and gosh, you just might smile.
Maybe.
Drone flies into the 7th largest man-made lake is in California and is held back by the 304-foot tall Monticello Dam, or Monticello if you prefer. It's also home to the famous spillway. We'll take a look now as somebody brought the drone out for a spin.
I mean, when I first saw the headline, I thought, wow, this guy's going to actually fly the drone into this hole. He gets pretty close. He doesn't go that far down into it.
Wait, this is the spillway?
It's got a giant hole that once levels get to a certain height, then they can have all the water spilled down it.
Courtney Swinson, you preach the gospel. News is so depressing these days, but Jason makes me smile. Shelby, no one's forcing you to watch this. Amen to that as well. We're here to be a little levity in a world gone mad. I mean it. We're here to provide you with some mid-morning chuckles and oddities like this right here. It doesn't even look real, does it?
No, it really doesn't. Now, this is on a different day when the water level was a lot lower, and you can actually see what the inside of this thing looks like. But imagine falling down that.
That's what it looks like dry?
Yeah.
That is so freaky. When I was a kid, my grandparents had a lake house on Mirror Lake, which is out by Lake Leanne, Irish Hills area. And there was a spillway that emptied into the nearby lake, another lake that was a smaller lake next door. So one lake fed in another lake, and then that fed. So you could walk out, well, until they locked it up and gated it, but you could literally walk out and stand over the spillway. And when I was a little kid, like, let's say 8 years old, I was both fascinated and terrified by that spillway.
Yeah.
And it was only probably 8 to 10 feet deep.
Still dangerous enough, though.
But it was a giant gaping hole in the lake with all the water rushing into it. Looked just like that. Freaked me out. Buffy says, whole new meaning to going down the drain. Rebecca Hoover, we're here for you. Leslie, we're here for you as well. When I say we, I mean myself and John, usually Jake, but apparently he's much too important to hang out with us these days.
I guess they got to use him at night sometimes. His schedule gets moved around constantly, so we feel for him.
It says, I look forward to these netcasts.
Netcasts.
Netcast. Is that what we're doing here, a netcast? India-based photographer Amal Jadhav and art director Pranav Bide put together these optical illusions in a recent campaign aimed at increasing awareness around pet adoptions. There's always room for one more. Adopt. What do you see?
I see a tree. Isn't that a tree?
How long did it take you to see the...
It actually took me a few minutes.
to get it?
It looks better on the TV behind you. When I was on my computer screen, it just didn't fit. It didn't look quite right. But that one must be a cat. And here we've got a rabbit.
The rabbit is a little more obvious, but if they're asking you to adopt a rabbit that looks like that, looks like something from Watership Down.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? General, what's his name? What was the rabbit's name in Watership Down? General something or other.
I just remember it was always...
he had an eye patch, and he was vicious. And
yeah. I just remember that they couldn't count past 4 because they only had 4 fingers on their paws. So everything above 4 was a hurrah.
Really? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, so they'd be like, oh, there's a hurrah of rabbits coming, and everyone would freak out, but there's actually only 5.
Winston Wingo is here. I wonder how many people watching right now are enjoying 420 Day.
It's a little early.
Come on, you know there are those big Lebowskis out there, the wake and bake crowd. Sure. The first thing they did was fire one up this morning because it's 420, and they're all, dude, that rug really ties the room together, man. You're out of your element, Dottie.
We had a request for the goats to come back up, so I threw the goats back up.
Did you bring the sound up?
Is there sound for this? Yeah, there is, isn't there? Mm-hmm.
Karen Sue says, Jason, I have to watch Channel 4 now. Sherry thinks it's about time that I mentioned 420. Thanks, Maddie. Patty says her friends wake and bake. Lulu wants one of those goats, as does Courtney. What's the #1 story you click on right now, guys? According to David Barkowiak, yeah. Besides weather. International news? The Venezuelan government seizing a GM plant for no reason. Unclear right now, but the story's on clickondetroit.com. After weather, that is the second most popular story on the website. You wanted news? There's your news.
It's the danger of building a factory in a country that could, potentially just be taken over by a dictator.
Can you bring up the goats full?
Oh, yeah.
How long does the goat video go on?
It goes on and on and on. This
Come
has got
on,
another
really?
30 seconds.
What?
It's a 2-minute video. These ones are racing. Oh, and here's a cat? Oh, I didn't watch the end of the video.
A cat?
Yeah, there was a...
I didn't see a cat there.
I think that was a cat.
Can you start the video over?
I'm just going to come back to the beginning, to the part with the cat. That's a cat. Yeah.
Yakety Sex by Boots Randolph. But then it got popular with, this TV's Ken right here, it got popular with Benny Hill. Probably don't remember Benny Hill. Have you ever seen an episode of Benny Hill?
Oh, yeah.
The merits of Benny Hill. He grew to be somewhat of a national embarrassment to many Brits who considered him, by the time of the end of his tenure in show business, he was considered crass.
Really?
because of the bawdy hijinks with the Hills Angels, scantily clad dancers on his show.
How TV has changed since then.
Yeah, well, I never missed Benny Hill. I thought when I was 10 years old, I thought it was the greatest show in the history of television. Gronk was at the White House yesterday. New England Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski crashed the White House press briefing to ask Sean Spicer if he needed help. Gronk was visiting the White House with the rest of the team, being honored for being Super Bowl champs and yada yada.
Yeah, I'll take it full screen here.
Happened right there.
An opportunity. Can I just?
Can you tell me what's going on?
I think I got this, but thank you. Maybe. All right, thanks, man. I'll see you in a minute. Appreciation, but I think there's an opportunity.
I don't know. There's something weird about Spicy has become sort of because of Melissa McCarthy's spoof on him.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, definitely not larger than life, because you would reserve that for somebody like a Muhammad Ali, let's say. But you know what I'm saying? It's like he's almost become a caricature of himself. So when you see Gronk peek out from behind the curtain and talk to Sean Spicer, and then Sean Spicer say back to him, "I'll be with you in a minute, man."
Yeah.
It's such a jump the shark, like alternate dimension universe. It's so bizarre. I wonder if they'll work that into SNL. After last year's summer brought a flurry of typhoons to Japan's main island for potato production, the crop was all but destroyed. This led to the nation's leading snack manufacturer to halt the sale of 15 types of potato chips altogether in Japan.
This is a travesty. I mean, shelves are empty. And apparently there's a black market out there going for potato chips, and some bags are going for something like $14 US.
This TV gives off some heat.
Does it?
It does.
We keep it on all day, every day. So that might be
Maybe we
part
should
of it.
put my logo up there and just leave that on, and we can
Burn it,
overburn
yeah.
the other logo because it's a plasma.
Potato chips, I had to put something up.
Why did what guy interrupt? Sherry wants to know, why did that guy interrupt? She must be talking about TV's Ken.
No, I think she was talking about Gronk.
No, I think she was talking about
Oh,
TV's
maybe
Ken.
it was Ken, just coming over here.
Perhaps you heard a little something about a certain now former talk show host no longer being required, or his services no longer being required by his employer. You dug up something.
I think everyone knows about this video, right?
Explain.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of a joke in newsrooms that we always go back to this video, and whenever something comes down to the wire and you've got to do it live, we kind of yell it out a lot because it's reminiscent of this video, which I found a censored version of.
And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is?
For credits.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. F it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
What upset?
And thing
Yeah.
sucks.
It's a famous video from way back when he was
That's
on
tomorrow,
Inside Edition.
And that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
And he did fine live. But anyways, it's a big joke, especially for anyone in the newsroom. Whenever something comes down to the wire and you've got to do it live,
tomorrow, and
you just
that is it for us.
you have to give that type of emphasis on it.
Can we see the rolling tire crashing into the pharmacy again?
Yeah, let's grab that.
Wow, 3.9% is holy jeez.
It's amazing too. I don't think the desk looks like it was even damaged.
I know the desk barely moves.
Yeah.
How's that even possible? I'm not even mad. That's amazing. You ate the whole wheel of cheese and you pooped in the refrigerator? I'm not even mad. It's amazing.
It really is incredible because it bounces and just has this angle on it and goes straight through the door. It didn't break a window.
All right.
Just
What are you going to do about it? I'm holding all the cards here on my side of the desk. Well, we have a runaway tire. If you're not... Ow!
oh, the tire needed to fill a prescription, right?
We can laugh about it now. We're okay. That jumped up a notch. It did, didn't it?
Hey, now how about this?
What do you have now? Uh-oh.
High five.
What was that for?
Well, it's National High Five Day.
Oh. Somebody out there, after rolling a fat one, is going to find that highly amusing that you just ran out here. 420 Day. And why again do they call 420 Day? Marijuana Day?
Well, it was Hitler's birthday. I don't know if you knew that. That's, yeah.
All right, we'll just leave it at that. KC says Sears Auto Center strikes again. The runaway tire.
See, that was the tire giving him a high five. Yeah, that's an idea, Buffy. Pull that button back up.
One more time. You're definitely going to want the rust proofing on the vehicle because if you don't, serious accidents can occur. For instance,
Rust proofing.
you don't rust proof the car, if you don't get the Simonized, that can happen to your wheel. Earlier this morning in the Live in the D office, which we have coming up for you at the top there. By the way, I'm going to be speaking via satellite to Jeffrey Rush, star of Genius, the 10-part Nat Geo series about Albert Einstein.
Really? Okay.
Apparently, Albert Einstein was, he was a celebrity. He had celebrity friends. He lamented that he was popular, but nobody knew what he was talking about. Nobody could understand except other scientists, could understand what he was talking about, but he was a celebrity in his time nonetheless. Was a womanizer, wasn't that great of a father. And all of that makes for dramatic fodder for Jeffrey Rush, actor, Academy Award winner. He and I will be speaking via the miracle of satellite technology on TV, on Local 4, on Live in the D coming up. The show starts in 21 minutes, but it'll be during the hour between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. I'll be speaking to Jeffrey Rush, star of Genius, also star of the underappreciated 1999 spoof superhero movie Mystery Men. What a knockout cast. You're looking at me like I'm coming from planet...
What was the guy's name?
Who, Jeffrey Rush?
Jeffrey Rush.
I was
Which one is
talking
he?
about Mystery Men, though.
Yeah, I know.
Have you seen
Men.
it?
Yeah, of course.
You like it?
It's such a strange movie, but yeah,
It's
a good
quite a
movie, but
strange
it's
movie.
really weird.
Yeah. He plays the villain in Mystery Men, Casanova Frankenstein.
It's been a long time. I don't remember the villain that
Greg
well.
Kinnear is Captain Amazing. Ben Stiller is Mr. Furious. Paul Rubens, a.k.a. Pee Wee Herman, is in it. William H. Macy is in it. Hank Azaria, Man of a Thousand Voices, he's in it. Kel Mitchell. Wes Studi. I mean, there's a lot of people in this movie. A ton of people. Tanya says it absolutely cracks me up how Jason is so nonchalant about how funny some of the videos are. Rust-proof. Thank you, Tanya, for watching us on a daily basis. I have this crackpot scheme, dream, theory that slowly but surely this little thing that we're doing at 9:15ish and again at 12:30, though that one's more heavily weighted toward the news. This thing here like somehow just keeps growing and catching on, and who knows? Syndication.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, you can watch us in Nepal, in Siberia. If you have an internet connection and you're up, you could be watching us right now. So I appreciate that. Kelly says, Kel Mitchell, I haven't seen him in anything since Good Burger. Rebecca loves the Benny Hill music and the goats. Where is the Goats in Pajamas, by the way?
That's in Maine.
Cumberland, Maine. Love the Goats in Pajamas. Gary and Pam Sprouse. Allison's cracking up at the adorable little goats. Buffy O'Keefe says it's nice to have a break from serious news. Leah Koch Moore, or Koch Moore, says, I can't seem to stay away from Jason Carr Live. It's now become an obsession.
Yeah, all right.
We'll get you hooked.
Now, what do we have planned for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I am hoping to have two co-hosts tomorrow in the personage of Jason Colthorpe and Priya Mann.
All right.
And make this like a morning radio zoo on the web kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to be schedule dependent because they have news reporting duties that come first and foremost. But if they are available, I think Jason's coming in early. Priya may or may not be able to join us. I'm not sure, but we are endeavoring to have a Q Morning Zoo tomorrow morning.
Good deal.
Hopefully we'll have some good talkers, some good videos. Okay, once again, the bowl of bacon for today, which is on my page at Jason Carr TV on Facebook, is if you happen to be sauntering down the sidewalk and your eye should alight upon a $100 bill, a C note, as it were, bend down, pick it up. Now, what do you do with that $100 bill? John, what do you do with the $100 bill?
Depends on where I find it.
Okay, let's say you found it outside of a church.
Oh, that's not fair. Well, if it's right outside of a church, you got to go inside and just put it in the plate.
What if it's 12:15 at night or in the morning, I suppose, after midnight, and it's a snow-covered sidewalk in downtown Traverse City, and you're in front of the URI, or the Who Am I, as they call it up there, the bar, and there's just a C note laying there in the snow.
Yeah, I'm probably keeping that one. Like if you find it at work, you turn it in. It's got to belong to someone you know. I don't know. You just find money blowing down the street. I don't know. That sounds like just good luck.
Happened to well, it wasn't 100. It was a trail of money in the snow.
Ooh, you follow that trail.
1996. I'm in Traverse City. I'm walking on Front Street, actually behind Front Street in the parking lot behind the bars. And all of a sudden, here's a 5, here's a couple singles, here's a 10, here's a 20. I don't remember how much I ended up picking up, but it was as though somebody were walking along just trying to
string you along. You're supposed
empty
to
your
follow
pockets.
that.
Well, I bought, I was there with friends, so I bought the round of drinks.
There you go.
Bellied up to the bar. And Joel says, I found $200 outside of post office, kept it. Mind you, this was back when I was basically making poverty level wages at the beginning of my career. So that to me was like finding $1,000.
That was before inflation, right?
Don't make me seem to be that old. Somebody asked yesterday, how old am I? We never got around to addressing that. But
no.
Some woman and her wife, a viewer and her husband had a disagreement. She maintained that I was 38. He said I had to at least be 50 based on my pop culture reference points.
Right
Neither
down
one
the
of them
middle.
are right.
Nope.
We've already established that you are a millennial, a 28-year-old.
Yes.
What's new and exciting in
29.
You're now 29?
I've been 29 since December.
December what?
17th.
Mark your calendars, John Steckroth. December 17th, he turned 29, which means the big 3-0 is coming up in 2017 for you.
Yep.
Wow.
Big one.
Wow. Born in 1987?
87.
Good Lord, I am old.
Yeah. The wall in Berlin was still standing back then.
Can we show the goats full? Hang on. We're getting requests for the goats. Not that we're not scintillating conversationalists, but they want the goats. Rod Maloney just came by and looked at the monitor and just closed his eyes and shook his head. Not my fault. You know, Rebecca says that she would pay money to see me wear jammies and jump around like this. Just saying.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. I have a mean pair of Hugh Hefner red and black leopard print Playboy style pajamas that look like they are straight out of the 1970s.
Now, you guys have done episodes of Live in the D after dark or at night, or I don't know how it was phrased.
After hours.
What if we did that here?
Did a show.
Yeah.
You and I came in and did a show at like 9 o'clock at night here. Turned the lights down. Had the I could have a pipe.
Yeah, a couple
Not
of
that
glasses
kind of
of
pipe.
scotch. I don't know if it's allowed in the building, but yeah. That's
Well,
an
yeah,
idea.
we have mixologists come on the show and make booze in the studio.
So it's got to be okay over here then.
We
All
could
right.
have an implied glass of scotch that may or may not be a Lipton iced tea or Nest tea. You might be onto something right there. Anna Johnstone says, when I worked at Meijer, some kid came up to their desk and asked if anyone had turned in his $3 that he dropped. He was buying a card for his mom. Of course, no one did, so I gave him $3. Pretty sure I saved that kid from hating the human race for 1 extra year. Jill thinks I'm 44. And another guess of 45. Do I really look that old? Jill says Jason won't do it. He's too modest.
Challenge accepted.
Just wait until the morning I show up on camera and I'm in my... somebody has pointed out that I'm old enough to be your dad.
Yeah, that's not. Not really possible.
Well, yeah, it is.
Kind of is, but not quite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's technically possible. Walter found 100 walking to McDonald's. I would buy a lot of French fries with that 100. Well, in 5 minutes, I have to be on TV to do a tease for Live in the D, so we'll see you there with Chuck and Tati and yours truly on the TV, so everybody stay classy.
Jason Carr Live was sponsored by the Mike Morse Law Firm, 855 Mike Wins.